Good morning, Tesla fam. We are starting off a full self-driving supervised 12.3.6 video, checking for updates. Man, this would be a real bummer. It told me that I got 12.4 right now. Oh, no. Yeah, worth a shot. So, excuse me, engaging ego from my driveway. And right now it is taking us to the Market District Giant Eagle, 19 miles away, 27 minutes from here, to meet another Tesla owner to give him some Yeslac rim protectors. In another one of my videos, I was doing an unboxing and review of these rim protectors, but they are for 19-inch wheels, and I have 20-inch wheels, so that was my bad. Yeslac was kind enough to just let me keep them and say, hey, pay it forward, find someone else that could use them. So I'm meeting up with another Tesla enthusiast who is going to use them to hopefully protect his 19-inch wheels. Make sure you're hydrating, guys. It's a wet day in Central Ohio, but it's never too wet to hydrate. 12.3.6 has been pretty phenomenal. I haven't made many videos with it because it's just so good. It just works. We've gone on 2 road trips, I think since my last video. One to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee and back. So we're here in Central Ohio. Fantastic drive. And one to visit my parents in Northeast Ohio. Not as far, pretty easy. And both trips, Ego did the vast majority of the drive. Well, did all the driving. Here comes our unprotected left in the rain, and just not a problem. Piece of cake. So that's the unprotected left out of the neighborhood that we've tested for a while, and it's a good. Ooh, this looks like some roadkill, and it is, and we are disengaging. So there's a good example of a disengagement. So roadkill disengagement. Ego is about to run over some roadkill and ruin that raven's meal. Got to learn how to disengage and avoid roadkill. All right, so there's a disengagement. We'll clip that one. We'll post it. There was something dead in the road, and there was a big black bird just waiting to, I guess it'd be a vulture, vulture, I was going to say. And I think Ego was going to run right over it and squish it and get, blood and guts all over the car, which is not cool. I consider that a fail for many reasons. One, you just, oh, hey, lady, pull on out. It's your world. Got to make that left. Wow. This is why robots need to drive cars. I mean, this is why the robots need to drive the cars. And look, she didn't even make it. Look, brand new Model 3, Highland Model 3 next to us. Let's see if my man has Ego driving. Oh, he just blasted past that wagon here. That's just fantastic. Just so much fun stuff happening. And we're not even on Sawmill yet. Okay, we're on Sawmill. Yeah, robots can't come and drive us around, all of us around fast enough. When you see women like that, it's not a woman thing, but she happened to be a woman, pull out in front of us just for no reason other than to try to make some light, make an unsafe move, cutting us off. What a dingbat. In any case, on the road trips, we had, I think, 2 critical disengagements. One of them was making a dual left. There was 2 left-hand turning lanes, and Ego was on the inside lane, but turned into the outside lane. Now, there were no cars around, so it wasn't a safety issue for us in that moment, but obviously that's not scalable. That's not how you want to teach you to drive. Here comes a custom blue Model Y on the left. They got a real light blue wrap on her. Anyway, what I think where Ego, Ego obviously made a mistake there, but it's never made that mistake when cars have been present because the cars keep it in check, right? It's never going to turn into another car, so it's not going to be on the inside turning lane and just smash a car that's on the outside turning lane making the same turn. It's way past running into another vehicle like that. That's part of why this software is so valuable to me, and I think probably to most testers, would agree, is that it's not going to make that mistake that one of us might make if we got distracted or weren't on our. I don't know how to word it. You make a turn, you make a mistake, bam, you're smashing into somebody, or it's in your blind spot. Like ego doesn't have a blind spot, I guess is the way to put it. That's clip that. Let's. Ego has no blind spot. So right there, however many wrecks are caused by blind spots, are all eliminated when the robot's driving. Doesn't mean the robot's perfect. Doesn't mean the robot can't make mistakes, but it is certainly not going to smash a car in its blind spot. Looks like this drive has us taking the I-270. We've done this before. I do not anticipate any disengagements from here to the highway. We got 2.5 miles southbound on Sawmill Road. Perfect opportunity to plug. So we plugged YesLac. They're not a sponsor or anything, but they do give me a discount code. So check that out. If you're going to order from there, use my discount code. Why not? You save money. It's a win-win. Actually, they're kind enough. They got a spoiler coming to me that I'm going to do a review and install video. I've had this car for many years, 2021 Model Y, and I always had a spoiler on it. It's not a performance, it's a long range. So I bought the spoiler aftermarket. And while we were on one of our road trips at the Airbnb visiting my parents, I closed the garage door on or actually it might have been open to the garage door. In any case, the trunk was open of the Model Y, and I initiated the garage door, and it smashed the spoiler. The spoiler actually stayed on. It scraped it all up, but it was, those things are on with tape, and it was like bent back a bit, and I just wasn't safe. I wasn't confident that it would be safe driving us on the highway for 150 miles. So I just ripped it off and kind of smoothed down where the tape was. So I got a new spoiler coming. So I'm very excited about that. Lemonade out of lemons kind of thing. It's Audi. Where are you going, dude? The light is literally still red, and you're just creeping forward. Part of me wants to just disengage and teach this Audi what acceleration is. We're probably going to accelerate past it without touching it. Look, I'm not touching the accelerator. Look at this poor little A4. Oh, I can hear you. I can hear you stepping on it there. I can see you changing gears. People, just slow down. Don't be in such a hurry. Why is everyone in such a hurry? Why are all Audi drivers, except for my buddy Barry and my other buddy Reed, in hurries? Those dudes are cool, but everyone else is in a hurry. All right, Ego just got over for us. Our turn is on the left in another 1.5 miles, so this is a good lane to be in. Let's see. Okay, so we're in assertive, and I just click minimal lane changes. I used assertive for, actually, I think I was on medium, what do they call it, average, for a lot of the road trip, but I've switched to assertive since then because it's just better. It's just better to be a bit assertive. And that's just not for driving with a robot. That's a good advice for life. Other good advice for life, I'm just a segue machine here, is to listen to my Wake Up playlist, which is free on YouTube and Spotify. And the motif is that it's awesome, and it's songs that are going to make you want to maybe move, jump, dance. So we just got a full self-driving, maybe degraded message here, poor weather detected. This is a common message, not anything to worry about. But as if we're not already paying attention, we're going to be paying attention a little bit more. Make sure that the weather doesn't affect the computer. Here's the Wake Up playlist. Look for my avatar, and then hit play. I like to put it on random as well, just to get a bit of a random flow. So let's see what we start out with on random. There we go. Well, we definitely don't want to start out. As much as I like Muse, they're just, I love them. They're great. Hey, Model S. It's a guaranteed copyright strike every time. And I'm not monetized. It doesn't really matter, but I don't know. We'll avoid the strike. We skipped over, and Shawn Mendes is next up. I don't know much about this young man, but he makes some pretty good tunes. This is one of them. 280 songs on the Wake Up playlist. Keep it on random. Listen to it for a while. You won't be disappointed. Okay, if you want to look at the map, guys, here's our expanded view. Here's our map view. We have a double left-hand turn here onto the I-270 eastbound. And we'll keep it on this view for the turn, see how Ego does. Here's our double left-hand turning lane. He's hesitant in these spots, chooses the left lane. Look at this Tesla on the right. Oh, making sure he makes the light. Blue Model 3, you're going to make the light, buddy. You're cool. Okay, Auto Max needs to kick us up a bit. Should I hit the accelerator? Let's see what it's going to do. All right, it's kicking us. I did not hit the accelerator. It's kicking us up. So it's going to switch off Auto Max here in a moment and kick onto the highway stack. 3, 2, 1, 3. I think I got it. That was pretty close. So it kicked onto the highway stack, and it's got us at 75 max. I'm actually going to kick that up to 78. The reason I do that is to give it the ability to be aggressive and stay away from other cars. As you can see, some cars that got on the highway after us are now speeding by us, and eventually we are going to have to get over. Now, I see brake lights is slowing up ahead. Oh boy. Does Ego see it? Ego sees it. Little nerve-wracking, not going to lie. Got my hand on the wheel for that and my foot near the brake. But Ego's doing what it's meant to do. Now, we've got 4 miles on 270 here. I'm surprised on aggressive that it hasn't decided to get into a left lane. I can initiate that change with the stock and putting the left turn signal on, but I'm experimenting here. I want to see if Ego will be aggressive and get over, and why it's not doing that. Probably a good time to have a sip of my coffee. New Tesla tumbler, pretty sweet. Not a paid endorsement or anything like that. It's just you go on your Tesla app and go into the store and you can buy these things. Pretty cool. Oh, speaking of cool, let me get a sip of this, and then I'm going to have to show you one of the things I'm mailing today. There we go. Okay. So, what's Ego going to do? I like the tumbler, but I do wish that instead of unscrewing the lid like a thermos-style device and drinking it, that it was just, there was like a mouthpiece I could just drink out of. Okay, so now 78 miles an hour might be biting us in the butt because it's flying up the right-hand lane here. I wanted to give it the 78. And now we need to slow. I don't know. It's going to take a while to get used to going 78 miles an hour and seeing all those red lights up ahead of you, where I normally would want to hit the brake, and the computer is doing its thing. I mean, that was completely completely reasonable, completely safe, but yeah, it's going to take some getting used to. I think the Gen Pop is really going to need some time on things like this, and there's no chance that we're having cars with steering wheels removed going 78 miles an hour anytime soon. At least not that I'm going to ride in. And I'm a bull. So 2.5 miles, or 2 miles, I'm sorry, sticking on 270. Still haven't gotten over our lanes, which is interesting. Okay. This will be a way to gain or lose a bunch of subscribers, and anyone into politics. I will not be voting for these people, and I will not be voting for the other people either. This is a prank mailer that I got off of TikTok. I saw it and immediately bought 2 of them, $12 a piece. Again, this is not a plug. Go find. I think there's probably a billion people selling these things. And I'll give you a tip because I made a small mistake. So I have some friends that are like huge, like they live and die by this stuff. They're big anti-Biden or anti-Trump or anti-whoever. And these 2 in particular are not fans of the Biden campaign. So I bought these mailers that say re-election campaign, thank you for your support. And then on this side, it says gold membership, member ID, donation amount, $250, monthly billing cycle. And then the mistake I made was when I ordered them on TikTok, I ordered them to my address, and I put the person I'm playing the prank on, I put their name in. So it showed up at my address with their name on it. So now I have to send it to them, which is fine because I have a label printer, and I was able to actually do it even a little bit better, where I printed a label and made it look like it was coming from the White House. It says 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue or whatever, and this is Biden campaign headquarters or whatever. I don't know. They're going to know these aren't real, but there's going to be like a little sliver of doubt that's going to be like, oh, I get charged $250 or something. Oh, and because I'm a complete sadist, I made it so that it was signature required for the delivery, the UPS delivery. So now they're going to get, you either have to sign for this or get a slip, and then wonder, oh, what package, fun package do I have coming or whatever, and oh, not a fun package. It's a prank, and I just love in the back of the mind not knowing if they're going to be somehow billed $250. Of course, it's illogical. Like they didn't provide any billing info or whatever. Anyway, so I'm very excited to mail these prank mailers out. Yes, I'm 43 years old and I'm still a child. If you're not having fun with it, guys, you're taking yourself a bit too seriously. Taking yourself too seriously is not a cool thing. It's just not. What else is not cool? Again, king of segues is going. I'm gonna have to hit the left button here. Okay, here we go. Should I hit it? Is ego? I didn't hit it yet, but again, cars entering the highway. Come on, ego. What are you gonna do? All right, I hit it. Because if not, what were we gonna do? Just merge into that semi? I don't know what was going on there. Should I disengage and submit a report to the team and say, oh, you know what? Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm not. It's my own problem. I have minimal lane changes on. Okay, let's instantly look. I took minimal lane changes off, and instantly it put its turn signal on. Okay, so that's good to know for Tesla owners using supervised self-driving. Minimal lane changes does not F around. It means minimal lane changes. As soon as I took that setting off, now that it's at 78, it's gotten me over 2 lanes, and we're blowing by everybody as we should. I don't typically go 78 on 270 here. I think the speed limit's 65, so as soon as we get by this Honda, I will crank it down, and I think it's pouring up there. So this will be an interesting experiment. Let's see, did the Honda get over? He did. We'll get out of the speed lane. What's keeping us in the speed lane? Let's get out of the speed lane. One small complaint for the team is sometimes when I hit the turn signal to tell the car to get over, it doesn't do it right away. And as the pilot, when I hit a control, I want it moving. So if I tell it to move lanes, I don't want to have to tell it twice. And there's times where I have to tell this thing twice. And it's annoying. So we can definitely improve there. We got 2.9 miles until the Easton Way exit, leading us to Stelzer Morse Road. On the Wake Up playlist, we've got another copyright strike guarantee. Mr. Billy Joel, one of the greatest to ever do it. He's giving you a little bit of advice here. You're only human. Weather coming in here, guys. It's all right. We'll see what Ego does in the rain. I will say I'm not a fan of not having complete control of my car, going 70 plus miles an hour in a rainstorm. Again, we got our full self-driving may be degraded message. We're at 253 watt hours a mile. That's incredibly efficient. For my road trips, to give you an idea, I think one of the legs we got down below 300 watt hours per mile. I think it was like 290. It might have actually ended up at 306. Don't quote me on that. In any case, being right around 300 was kind of money. So 248 is very money. Hyundai Ioniq 5 on the right, kind of a neat looking vehicle. Model Y killer. She's still driving it manually. It's just really a variation of a horse and buggy. We've got a mile until our exit, and we are in a rainstorm. Ego's driving with less than optimal visibility, we'll say. See what we do. Next exit is ours, so Ego should be getting us over. And there we go. Bump. It was actually, I think that was a pothole that had been filled in, so it wasn't really a bump. That was pretty cool. All right, this is our exit, Easton, Columbus, Ohio. Built by the infamous Leslie Wexner. Go down that rabbit hole if you want to lose an afternoon. So, it's keeping us at 65 max. Interesting. This is new to me. It must be a weather-related thing. So FSD, I mean, yeah, it's giving me the standard message, but it's not actually allowing me to kick it up above 65. So as a result, I'm going to tell it to get over, which it's being a bit hesitant on, maybe because of this white car behind us. Now it finally does get over. And I'm doing that because there's a Honda behind us that wants to pass. Yeah, it's still not letting me go faster than 65. So interesting. Weather-related speed. White cars going around us. Now it's letting me go 70. Interesting. And yeah, the rain did stop, so that makes sense. Hey, Lexus. I always forget that Lexus is still a brand. You got just under a mile until we hit the Stelzer Morse Road exit. Don't anticipate any issues there. It's like it knows I'm taking a sip out of my coffee and asks me to apply slight force to the steering wheel. Yeah, Tesla, we need a mouthpiece on this thing. I do like the thermos aspect. I mean, it keeps it hot, that's for sure. And I'll take the ramp on the right. Whoa, whoa! This is where my wife hates this. When it gets off these exit ramps, it'll come do this like swervy thing. It's not cool. That was an example of it. It's not a critical disengagement, but it's not optimal. This is optimal. Taking a curve at 54. It's awesome. The computer just does it better than we could. Okay, ego navigating us into the proper lane. Interesting. Double lane change. Wow, triple lane change. Let's go. Love it. Love it. Especially since we had a car hot on our tail. Check behind us here. We got this guy hot on our tail, and he did the exact same 3-lane change maneuver that we did to get into this double left-hand turning lane. Ego did it perfectly. Guy behind us probably has no idea that a robot's driving this car. Interesting spot here. Cars behind us, cars to the left of us, rain. Ego does great. Ooh, 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 ooh. This white guy, dude, what are you in such a this rogue? Wow, so this guy cuts us off as this guy's getting over. We clearly had the right of way with our turn signal on, and the rogue just, it's his world, I guess. It's his world. So look at Ego now. Ego's taking its time. Again, guys, this is why we need robots driving and not humans, because you saw that move up there. The very, very inconsiderate driver in the Nissan Rogue sees us getting over. We have our turn signal on, and we're in front of him. There's no world in which he should be able to get over before us. So it's pretty disappointing. But full self-driving has made me a better driver because I don't road rage. I don't, I'm not going to disengage and go up and overtake that guy as easily as I could. I will admit, I used to do things like that. It was fun. I would just overtake somebody because I can overtake you because you're in a Nissan Rogue and I'm in a Model Y. But now I just let the car do its thing. So we've got just under half mile until we make a left. It'll take us right to this giant eagle. Get these wheels to this nice gentleman, and then we get to go to my favorite store of all time, Costco. So far, so good. About to make our left. Unfortunately, we won't get a chance to wave to Mr. Rogue, who's up here being a dingbat. Guy behind us now just tried the same exact thing. This guy. What is it with people? Is that a standard move where, like, we got over at the very first possible moment we could get into the left turning lane, but somebody behind us was still trying to, usurp. It's just it's inconsiderate. It's illogical. Really dumb. Like a lot of human drivers. Real quick plug for EVs in general. We've got power outlets everywhere, so I've got my watch charging on a USB-C charger. Anytime I'm in the car for more than like 15 minutes, I typically throw it on there, and it helps just keep it charged up all the time. If you're not sleeping in your watch, you're really missing out on valuable data. So I think a lot of people are like, "Oh, I charge overnight," but they sleep for 9 hours, and their phone only needs to charge for 45 minutes. It's an incredible waste. So yeah, if you're doing that, don't do that anymore. So I'm going to check my text messages and make sure this is actually the correct place that we are meeting. I'm actually early for once. Ego keeps saying full self-driving may be degraded, but the weather is much better. Prince, take us home, buddy. All right, so I mean, pretty easy. Powell to Easton, driveway to Giant Eagle. What do we have? One intervention for the roadkill. Obviously, not a safety critical intervention, but a disgusting critical intervention. Like I definitely didn't want to squish some roadkill and get blood and guts all over the car. And I have done that before, unfortunately. And I go usually typically right to the car wash. Let's end this video with a auto park. Get over here away from other cars. I typically do auto parks on the right side. Let's see if it picks up. Yeah, it's picking up these spots on the left. Let's pick a spot on the left. Start. And this is Tesla Auto Park using Tesla Vision. It's a nice little feature. It's still a little slow, but it's nice when you're like getting to a spot. You don't have to think about parking. Let the car do its thing. And maybe you're just you're putting your sunglasses away, or you're grabbing your wallet or whatever it is. Another tip: if you're bringing a wallet somewhere, you're doing it wrong. Apple Pay for pretty much everything with your watch or your phone at this point. That's it. We're in the spot like a glove. All right. 239 watt hours per mile for this drive. The one disengagement. Really, no complaints, guys. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, like the video. All that fun stuff. Subscribe, yada, yada. And if you have any questions, feel free to hit me up. I don't work for Tesla. I'm not paid by Tesla. I'm trying to give you an honest look at the future. And the future is simple. In 10 years, everyone's going to have an electric vehicle, whether they want to or not, whether they like it or not. It would be like denying a smartphone in the year 2009 or something like that. The iPhone came out, 07, 08 or whatever. If somebody said, hey, within 10 years, everyone's going to have an iPhone, people would have denied that. But we have the receipts now. And in 2017, everyone had an iPhone or an Android. So that's self-driving. That's electric cars with self-driving. Everyone's going to have it. I won't own another vehicle that doesn't have this technology. So that's my spiel. Appreciate everyone watching. Cheers.